Hello everyone and welcome back, and today we're going to be looking at three of the most underrated unknown talents, young talents should I say, in the Bundesliga right now. Look, it would be easy for me to sit there and say Musiala or Nkunku at Bayern Munich and Dortmund, but I want to broaden your horizon to new upcoming players that might not set the world alight, but are absolute hidden gems and will always give you a solid 7 out of 10. So let's take a look. And I didn't want to just look at strikers, because again that would be easy. I could sit there and say, oh, he scored 6 goals in 7 games, etc. But I wanted to challenge myself and look at the defensive third. So, starting with Diogo Leite from Union Berlin. Just moved there this summer from Braga, and he hasn't looked out of place one bit. Started all 6 games, and you can see he does most of his work in his own half. He's not your modern day footballer, if you like. He's more of a traditional footballer where he likes to defend, he likes to keep his shape, he likes the back four to be solid. And that's exactly what Union Berlin needed, because they do play on the counter attack. So having those types of players that keep the shape defensively, or solid defensively, and allow the forward players to express themselves, and that's exactly what Diogo does. He's a Portuguese international. He's only 23, but he was terrific at Braga last season. And I just wanted to point out a few things this season already. So this is an average per game all season. So he's had 3 clean sheets, interceptions per game 1.7, tackles 1.3, possession won 0.2, clearances per game 4.5. Terrific. You cannot ask for more from a fullback. Your fullback's there to defend. That's exactly what their role is. That's their main key objectives. Defend, don't let anyone in, and be aggressive, and that's exactly what he is. Errors leading to shots 0, errors leading to goals 0, penalties committed 0. Brilliant. He's over 50% in duels won and ground duels won. Just shy of it on the aerial duel won, but as you can see, he's not that big. So that's probably an area he can improve. And if you look at his attributes, his main attribute is defending. Like I say, that's exactly what you want from your defenders. You want them to defend first. Anything else is a bonus. Yes, he can learn about going forward, I get that. But he's absolutely terrific, and definitely a player you should be watching, and exactly why Union Berlin are sitting top of the league. Because I have players like him that are going under the radar but overperforming. Full credit to Urs Fischer for his recruitment and getting the best out of him. So moving on, probably one of my favourite central midfielders in the Bundesliga is Kone, 21 years old, playing for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He started all 7 games this season, and last season it was evident that without him in the midfield, they just weren't as fluid, they weren't as dominant in that midfield. he makes them and he's only 21 years old. He's absolutely terrific. His technical ability on the ball is second to none. He's intelligent when he plays. His ability on the ball, his ability to find passes is absolutely brilliant. He plays mostly on the left of a 3. Sometimes he does play on the left of a 2. But sometimes he does play in that defensive midfielder role or the central midfielder role, depending on how Mönchengladbach want to set up. And as I've just pointed out, as you can see, his key attribute is his technical aspect. His technical aspect is absolutely incredible. He's so talented when on the ball. But he's very good at, if you look at his touches per game, this is passing touches, 96.7. His accurate passing per game, 86. In his own half where he does most of his work, as I highlighted, 93, because he is that defensive midfielder and he protects that back four incredibly. Tackles per game, 2 tackles per game, 0.4 clearances. Interceptions per game, 0.7. Hasn't led an error led to a shot or a goal, no penalties committed. Absolutely incredible. His dribbling success rate is 60%, and then all these duels, total ground duels and aerial duels, are over 50%, or over 55%, even better. So he's absolutely incredible. And I've been saying for a while, Liverpool need a midfield overhaul for me. Their midfield is getting aging, let alone they're still very good. Thiago, Henderson, still very, very good. But they need that defensive quality added. And I think Cornet would be absolutely perfect. If they can get Bellingham and Cornet, that's them sorted for the next 10 years. And he's definitely going to be one to watch, because I think a lot of big clubs will be in for him. Maybe next summer, if not the summer after. So I do expect big things from this boy. Keep an eye out for him. If you haven't watched him, watch him. Because football's not always about scoring goals or creating chances. Defending is an art. And that's exactly what Diogo and Cornet do. They defend very, very well. And it's an art. It's a beautiful aspect of football and I enjoy it so much. So finally, moving on to somebody that's just been, although he made 2 appearances last season, he's just been put in the senior role this season, and that's Kylian Sildilia, if I pronounce that right, Sildilia, and he's 20 years old. He's been in the Freiburg Academy. He's been playing for the B team in the lower ages when he was younger. And he's just making his mark this season. And he's definitely a one to watch for the future, because he's quick, he's dynamic, and he's more like your modern day footballer. And he's pulling up trees at Freiburg. And that's exactly why players like him are exactly why Freiburg are sitting 3rd in the Bundesliga right now, if I'm right in thinking. It might doesn't have a league table, but 3rd or 4th in the Bundesliga. They reached Europe for the first time last season, so they're absolutely incredible. Although he only made 2 appearances, he's hit the house on fire this season. So if we look at all his stats, he started 7 out of 7 games. Touches per game, 50.1. If you look at his heat map, he's defensively solid, but he's also attackingly solid as well. And again, That's what you want from a modern day footballer. If you want to be more if you want your wing backs or your full backs to be more expressive. Now, looking over his accurate passes in his own half, he gets better, probably because it's easier to play out from the back. 79%, but he's over 50% in the opposition half, close 50% in long balls as well. Now, clean sheets 3 all season, interceptions per game 1, tackles per game 1.1, and clearances per game 1.4. Those stats aren't as good as Diogo's, don't get us wrong, but that's because Diogo does most of his work in his own half, whereas Kylian likes to do work in both halves. So when he gets forward, you'll see the midfielder drop into his role. So he might not be up there in terms of tackling aspects, but he makes up for it for what he delivers in the final third. So an exceptional modern day footballer, and I can see him getting called up for France in the near future. No doubt in the next 2 or 3 years he'll have an international cap. Total duels won, over 50% on all of them. Incredible. So another incredible talent coming out of the Bundesliga. In the Bundesliga, I always say, have some of the best young talent that's gone under the radar for any club to just pick out. If you're a scout for any club, you should be watching these teams. Fair enough, people just think it's a farmers league because Bayern Munich have won 10 titles in a row. There's more to it than that. If you look into every single team, the way they develop players is absolutely incredible. Now they've got a lot more young talent that I've missed out and I could have easily put in this episode. And that's why I'm going to continue these episodes, because trust me, you're going to want to watch them because they are the future. And that's exactly what I want to do for you. Broaden your horizon to the future that you'll be watching. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it. I love talking about young talent. I love seeing them getting an opportunity. So please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And again, thank you very much for watching. And the only German word I know is eins. So eins, and have a good day.